Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Hawkeye issue 11. Before I start talking about this issue, I have a couple of updates that there was a ton of comics this week. Some comics I didn't get to read, which I thought, you know, the ones I'm reviewing are the most important and the ones that seemed like that you guys wanted. Some comics I didn't end up getting because, you know, just too much money to get all these comics. But I hope to read digitally soon, which is Larfleece and Red Lantern, so tell me if those are good. I obviously won't be reviewing those. But here are some exclusive comics for Comic Uno episode 3. A ton of exclusive comics, because how many comics came out this week. So Jupiter Legacy issue 2 I read digitally, so I decided to put on a piece of paper. Just for organization purposes. So Wolverine and the X-Men issue 32. Scarlet Spider issue 18. Morning Glories issue 28. Alright. Nova issue 5. And Green Team issue 2. So if you want to go check out those reviews, go check out my exclusive Comic Uno episode 3 review, which has every comic I read in one review. So go check that out. Also, I have a lot of updates for the next 2 weeks and for this week, so go check out Comic Uno updated video, which is also annotated. So let's talk about the current issue that I'm reviewing, which is Hawkeye issue 11. I actually did this review twice already because my dog was barking, so I guess that's ironic because we were doing a pizza dog issue, which is point of view of a dog. So I was like, wow, I actually thought about that joke right after I stopped the video. I'm like, oh my god, my dog's barking, and maybe because she loved pizza dogs so much, but I don't know. I just thought that was kind of ironic. She never barks during my reviews, so I thought that was very ironic. But let's talk about this issue. So love this cover. Love the redness of it, love the coloring, love the art for this cover, and I heard so many good things about this issue before I even read it, so that was something I was very excited about for this issue. And I love Hawkeye. I think it's such a unique series, and it makes you actually like Clint, and then Kate actually being a more popular character, and having those two just interact is very cool. And one thing I've heard about this series, which I totally agree, is I feel like an indie series, but with Marvel, and these solo stories are great, and not having all story arcs, or, you know, story arcs not being so long and sometimes mumbled up and confusing. So it's cool to have a very, I guess, simple story, but a really good story with Hawkeye. So I was hoping that would be with this issue with Pizza Dog, because it's supposed to be an amazing issue. But let's see if it was an amazing issue. So in this issue, we get to see some things previously happen with, you know, Kate and Clint just talking, and obviously Kate is angry at Clint for some reason, and you know, the dog just going around seeing all these stuff that we see as readers, but in a dog's point of view. And we also get to see Gil, who died in like 2 issues ago. We've been seeing a lot of point of views with Gil's death recently, but that's a big story that really we've seen a ton of times already. But now it's in the point of view of Pizza Dog, and or Lucky, they call him in this issue. So his real name is Lucky, but we've been calling him Pizza Dog since issue 2, or issue 1, so Pizza Dog. I call him Pizza Dog, which is awesome. So we get to see him look for Gil's death and who killed him, and of course it's the Bros, so we get to see the point of view of the Bros. If you didn't read issue 1 or issue 2, wherever Pizza Dog was introduced, the Bros actually had Pizza Dog, and Hawkeye took Pizza Dog from the Bros, so he doesn't have a lot of good memories from the Bros. He also has this love interest puppy going on, who's also helping him with the detective work of Gil's death. And that's pretty much what happened. Then in the end, we get to see Kate is off because of whatever fight she had with Clint, that we get to see through Pizza Dog's eyes. And Pizza Dog goes on the road with her to wherever she has to go, which we don't really know, but I'm sure we'll figure out in the annual next week, which I'm really upset I won't be able to review, but yeah, so we're going to see that in the annual, which I'm very excited. So I liked this issue. I didn't love it, though. I liked it. I thought it was a really solid issue. I thought it was really fun, but it was really quick also, because there's no words here. There's pretty much what you hear from a dog. You know, good boy, or a few, or like words that you would understand what's going on, but still jumbled up, which is really what a dog would see, which I love that point of view, and I actually thought about that after I read this issue. So I guess it still impressed me. Like, I think it's something that you would think about, like, what do dogs see? Why do they do these things? So I think it was cool that we got to see that in this issue. But it was a little confusing with the art, I would say. I think that's my complaint with this issue. There's a lot of bubbles going on here, which I think worked really well with Kate and Clint, which are people that this dog really knows. But I don't think you need to show all the apartment people. You know, I think that was a little confusing. I don't really care what Pizza Dog thinks about the people in the apartment. Could this be great for the future stuff? Yeah, but I thought it was a little confusing when you're reading. You had to read a lot of stuff here. So, that was a little confusing. Some of the art stuff were a little confusing, but really, really creative at the same time. So, I think that was a good and bad thing about this issue. So, I really liked it, but hated it at the same time. Or not hated it, but, you know, could get confusing at some time. But I really enjoyed this issue. I just feel like it was a really hyped up issue for an issue that you probably will read in like 2 minutes. Or maybe not 2 minutes, I'm being a little exaggerated. But there aren't words, so you're going to read this really quickly. And there's not a big plot point where you're going to be like, oh, now I have to read this issue. But really, you have to read any Hawkeye issues, mostly for the fun, pure fun of the series, because there's nothing that big happening in this series. But, I think you could skip this issue, which is a bad thing. I'm a dog lover, so I loved seeing the point of view of dogs. So you see how conflicted I am. I think there's things in this issue that you're going to love. If you're a dog lover, you're going to really, I think, find something in this issue. And as a dog lover, I really enjoyed seeing how a dog perceives things, especially in a superhero's life. And I think we get to see the dog kind of be like Clint in a way. And we're going to see that in the dog's view. So I really like that about this issue. But I also didn't like that, again, it was short, and it was a little confusing with the bubbles, and they could have used a little less bubbles, and I think that was the only thing I didn't like, but I still think it's a really issue worth reading, especially if you're a dog lover, an animal lover. If you're not, you might want to skip this issue, but if you really like animals and you want to see the point of view, and you want to have a fun issue, I think you should really pick this up. Again, I don't think it's as perfect as everyone's been saying it is, but I think it was still a really enjoyable issue. So I'm going to give this 4 stars. Definitely read it. For me as a dog lover, I really liked it. So read this issue. I give it 4 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the rant situations, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.